to the grassy pastures here for PGC.
Hello, everybody, and yes, we are back and ready to head over to Erangel. 2 more matches remain, Toby. It's so much on the line, so everything's still so close. And we're heading over to a place where we have just had repeatedly northeastern circles, but finally, the plane not going to allow it.
You alluded to potential hot drop situations in Pochinki for Sonics to jump and try and chase down the likes of Shrike and Dewey, and all of a sudden the tides have turned. Sonics, they're going for it, but Shrike and Dewey were ready for it. You know what? I love a great attempted hot drop, but I even more so love a smart counter play. They say, you know what? You're going to take that, we'll take where you left off. That is a great read by Shrike and Dewey. That is a great read by them.
Hold on, I'm pulling off one headphone to hear if I can hear the Sonics yelling, Shrike and Dewey, where are you? Where are you?
I'm going to do the same for a second. It's all quiet.
No,
it's all quiet.
Nothing. We don't have anything. SGD not getting the...
I don't feel like Sonics really have the... They don't really have the oomph here in the losers bracket to go out and be the bragsters.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of weird to be trash talking and...
We're also not doing great, but we're better than you. Woo! It doesn't really have the same amount of power to it.
It's a little bit of a weird flex, but okay kind of moment.
It's like me almost meeting Chris Hemsworth today.
You did. You almost met
I did
Chris Hemsworth?
almost see Chris Hemsworth today.
I mean, I guess I almost met him too, but...
I mean, yeah, in that sense we all did, right?
Uh-oh.
Well, from Shrike and Dewey, one potential hot drop situation into another. They were flying side by side, and here we have a Buriram, a team who can't really afford to... You know what, as I say that, and then I looked wrong at the leaderboard. They definitely can't afford to take this fight, because they're currently sat in second place. No way, they're not going to qualify. They are going to try and see if they can hunt down the competition, and why not pick up a shotgun while you're at it?
Absolutely. They said, why are you here, sir? The Vector Mosin combo, not exactly the best thing here, is Edie just waiting to see what he can spot out. Oh, shot's going to force Jervis to move. Checksings gets him in the back, but Leo ready to strike is going to find Checksing with the PP Bison. Edie now pushing down as Naradra trying to escape, but Jervis going to get spotted out by Leo.
Whoa. Leo, I know that you're actively shooting right now, but you gotta have the UI open so that you can see who are your teammates and who are your opponents. Naradra is coming in. Him, you're allowed to shoot at.
Violence, speed, and momentum. Naradra wraps around, and Sophia hears it, but doesn't get the line of sight, doesn't get the angle, and it looks like Buriram are just going to go ahead and pull away.
I need to see a replay, because, I mean, Jervis was right? He was miles out in the open. Where does...
Leo was ready to kill anything.
I mean, there wasn't that, like, the whole, there's an enemy right next to you or something. There was very clearly a teammate in the open, and it just opts to pop his head off.
Well, he roasted him, too.
Well, I mean, yes, because he wasn't even looking in his direction. So obviously, that's the case. Well, I mean, we're seeing the top damage dealers, top kill leaders of that previous match. Ming set up there in the top again. I mean, Petrichor, while it was a pretty quiet group stage for them, they sure have been able to turn the tides here, making their way through to losers.
And once again, seeing Gustav up there in the kill lead as FaZe, despite going down to Petrichor Road in that final fight, still a lot of points picked up, placement and kills. So feeling a little bit better about their spot now, 6 points above 7th place. So they are feeling okay with 2 games left.
Oh, yeah. He came over by the booth just like after Gustav, after the game was over, looking at the leaderboard. And I think it was a little, well, not a smile of, you know, yes, things are going well. It was like a, okay, so not winning that game wasn't the death of us. That's, of course, when you're in the match, you're not exactly keeping track of the leaderboards, because that'd be pretty difficult to do while you're playing the game yourself. So just seeing to confirm, and okay, it's not as bad as maybe he feared it would have been.
Yeah, it's still close, but it's not that bad.
No, it's they're all right. And the team that they lost to in Petrichor was the team who was already in first. It would have been worse had it been like 22 GX, Bagel Power, one of these teams that are right behind them. All of a sudden you're going, oh, that's... I mean, while they still, of course, were disappointed in not winning the game, that would have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yes, indeed. Well, FaZe, they've had farm kind of all to themselves. Plenty of time to loot up in there in Milta. Now GEX just off to the east. Expendables just off to the west. And again, this is going to be one of those, I mean, considering how much is on the line, Toby, this is probably one of the better circles that these teams could ask for.
Oh, yeah. It's, at least for starters. I don't know why, but the very, very terrible phase 1s, like the really hot edge ones or the one that includes a lot of water, usually they're really bad, but then the phase 2 can only make it better. You know what I mean? Whereas to the very vanilla, chill center circle phase 1s, both on a Wrangle and on Miramar for that sake, phase 2s that follow a very nice and calm phase 1, if they're like anywhere somewhat terrible hardshift, that hardshift becomes a horrendous hardshift all of a sudden, because so many teams have already managed to claim those like more calm center positions early on. So I don't know what you'd rather have. A calm early circle, so then let's see, he just jumps out, goes for him. I need to know what happened. Oh, does he spot him there? And then he steps in. Okay, you know what, Leo, you're excused.
Yeah, that's on Jervis.
You're excused. I don't know if it's on Jervis, because he was clearly the one that had the better angle, but
sure.
But fair. If you were to take down your teammate, that situation is excused.
Yeah,
thanks for the replay observers.
Oh,
thanks
yeah,
for the replay.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the black box clears them.
You don't want to step in front of a guy who's already in the middle of a bison spray like that.
No, indeed. Well, Polish Power, 13th place, but still within reach. Only 5 points back of that 8th place cut line. Getting a little bit close to Gen G, and Onyx already shooting that direction. Meanwhile, LG, our team with the most on the line here, don't want to finish 16th.
Nope.
They are 6 points behind Gen G, and they are slow playing it once again after looting up Military Island coming out of Novo.
Yeah, not wanting to risk anything, and understandably so. They need to get things going. And, well, I guess, I mean, I wouldn't expect there to be anyone spotting them on this transition on over. So they should be all right for that. Then, of course, we get to the second part of the first mission, get some cars. Because, obviously, crossing over with a boat means that you do not have a whole lot of land vehicles available. So that's going to be mission 2. And then I could only imagine they're going to be backfilling a GX. But, again, their timing is going to be perfect. They'll get out of the boats, they'll get their cars, they'll should most likely hit the circle by the time the circle is closed in as well. So full speed, ready for phase 2 to come.
Yeah, it's just see where they decide to go, if they decide to keep wrapping up to Lippo, but it looks like they're heading to that Milta Beach.
Yeah.
Tiamba, meanwhile, inside Razak, wide split all the way down to Waves, and nobody really pressuring them, although Entropic, after looting up north, are finally starting to make their way down here, and they're just on the other side of the river right now, so we'll keep an eye on that as Polish Power holding their 2-2 split just off to the east of FaZe.
I was just going to mention FaZe as well. They have, for the longest time, I call it a new compound. It's not really very new any longer, but down towards the south, and then they have 2 players up in the junkyard compound just south of the mansion there as well, or the warehouse slash museum slash Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call it. They're in a decent position both, but they're in one of those splits where you're pretty close to one another, but you can't, like, you don't have vision on each other. So if one gets pulled up on, it's very hard for the other team to really fortify the position. Not sure if Sonics, I mean, yeah, I was going to say, not sure if they hurt PO, but they most definitely hurt the 3 USs coming over the hillside. So they're instantly going to give up on that position.
Yes, indeed. They will dip on out there as Tickleton will take a shot over at Timon. Force his head back down. That was actually coming out of the Dacia too, so nice shots there from Tig. So we're gotten used to seeing some highlight reel shots from Tickleton. Maybe not in this tournament so far, but well, actually, no, he had the end game during group stages. That was pretty nutty.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new vehicle nerfs coming into playing competitive play too, because it is. It is getting pretty wild with some of these drive-bys.
You don't like the drive-bys?
No,
oh,
never been a fan.
Man.
Never been a fan. I liked them when they were really difficult to do, but there were still a few that could actually pull them off. Now it's just become a Mad Max Fiesta.
I'm a man of the people. I want everybody to be able to be highly skilled or think they are.
Imagine if there was like that in martial arts too. Everyone's just able to do it, you know. Make for some really boring. Now, well, circle hard shifts off of the easy circle, and well, as we said, the hard shifts can be brutal off of easy first ones. This one ain't as bad as you might think, but looking at it, it's actually pretty terrible because you have compounds. Yeah, sure, they're going to be claimed in a few moments, but everyone wrapping in from the hard west side, you're going to be coming in through the open, either south around or up through the northern Yasnaya fields.
Yeah, that west side's going to be pretty rough, which is good news if you're a Luminosity fan, because they have all the east pretty much to themselves. Meanwhile, Buriram getting a little close to Begopa. Oh, shot. Okay, now the shot's coming through right at the backside of Canaxi. He'll pull on, and Radra actually going to hit the brakes here, as I think 22 is actually shooting them from inside the circle. So Buriram and Begopa in a little bit of trouble here.
When has Noadra ever not stopped to fight back? You know, no! Who's shooting at me? Show yourself! But little does you know the entirety of Begopa is there. And I think we're seeing one buggy now trying to come to the aid of another. Ranger X not exactly in the best position here. Fex will find him. Easy peasy. Fathom Bong forced to continue on forward, and Smell, yoink! He'll take that one away.
Just picks his pocket right there, and Fex can't be too pleased about that. A few more shots over towards Therton 5. I think they're just going to go ahead and send it towards the dip. Should survive for now.
This is a really bad situation for FaZe Clan, because look at how the split is they're still trying to maintain. Now they know Therodon is in between that split. That is... I mean, sure they can regroup, but that's going to take them way longer to manage to do, because now, I mean, Therodon 5 is essentially cutting off their connection path to one another.
Yeah, fortunately, the hill just to the north of FaZe's compound right now is still completely open, so if they do decide to try to come back, they can maybe wrap towards that, but how long is it going to stay open? That is a pretty good question here as we check in with Canaxi. Naradra, looks like they managed to avoid the 22 and Begopa blockade, and they've managed to find a little bit of a home here in the center.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're only 2 alive. Noadra's going to soon realize that he's running into 3 teams by going towards the east. Then you'd have to imagine that he 180s, but nope. Fully commits to the shelter play. He gets at least one of the entrances for himself.
Slowing down here a little bit. 61 alive, 12 minutes in. As Naradra, yep, it's just looking like a... Let's see if we can get out of this shelter. Let's hang out here.
No reason not to, until the circle forces him to go elsewhere. With them only being 2 alive, they might as well just hang out for a little while longer. In the meantime, we got Begopa wrapping in from the southern side, and up towards the north, Schweigedui doing the exact same thing.
A long wrap here from Begopa on that beachside road there. As Adder's going to spot out Tiamba. Takes some more damage in return. And yeah, immediately pulling away there as Asura back in the compound. Might be able to protect him a little bit, but Adder going to take shots for Chewy. There you go. Asura has the angle there to protect his homie.
They might just
they should be okay.
Yeah. I'm seeing 9 over the hill towards the east, looking in this direction, but seems like there was a bit of... Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Oh, okay, we're not doing this.
They're thinking about it.
They back off in the end of it. They know that they have Heaven under control, of course, so might as well wait for that next circle to pop, because what if they get blessed with a northern hard shift here?
Yeah, we'll see who does get blessed. And yep, the southwest it is as we head over towards Death Road. The Expendables already there. Sonics already there as well. LG.
They came in.
They came in. They've been creeping down from that logging camp, and now it looks like they spotted out Gex. A few shots over in that direction, but nothing too severe just yet.
And here we're seeing the phase rotation again. Oh my lord, the headshot comes through as well. They knew that Therodon 5 was in between them, so as you said, gotta use that forest as kind of the extended rotation path, but fortunately able to regroup, get back together, now set up well in the compound down below the hillside.
Yeah, good timing on the part of FaZe there to get there before all these teams from the north started making their way in, because you know that hill's not going to stay empty for long here. Asura dodging, well, not dodging as much as just surviving the spray of bullets from SGD. Well, Shen's going to find him now and immediately run over by Sophia. So another point in the bag for SGD as they continue to try to climb up and get into that 8th place spot.
Yeah, well, it's close right now. Tied for 9th with Begopa. As the Onyx takes shots up towards Tang. Only 3 alive this time around. But Genji, I mean, waiting for hard shifts to go their way, that's for sure. But at least for now, found a place to lay low.
Yeah, it's just been the edge play for Genji, right? They keep creeping up, but every time the circle hard shifts away, they just lose one. And it has just been a struggle for him as we check in with Entropic, just kind of hanging out in a ditch. LG, they have a compound on the southeast side. They know that Gex is just on the other side of the street. They're looking down the road to see if they can maybe spot out where the next move is going to be. Because I'll tell you right now, Toby, with Gex being here, knowing that Entropic is in it, and it looked like they spotted out Entropic in that dip, and that might have been the next play that they had in mind, but now they know Entropic is in there, so.
One thing's for sure right now, because there's so many players still alive, I mean, almost 16 minutes in and 60 players still up.
Yeah.
This next circle, pretty much regardless of where it goes, even if it sends us up, it's going to be chaotic. There's going to be so many teams forced to take fights that they probably wouldn't want to because so few teams have opted to battle so far. But again, what's on the line here, you might ask? Elimination is on the line, at least for some of the teams sat down in the bottom. Of course, the rest of them want to make sure to get into the top to make their way through to the losers bracket 2 with a shot at the with a shot at the grand finals. Noatra, that is that's like forward motion moonwalking. It's as slow as they come.
Just listening for those footsteps. Just.
I wonder how long he's spent to move where he is right now. It's probably been like 3 circles now. Is he gonna move more?
Maybe. Just a little bit. Where are we going? Hard south.
Well, now you gotta move somewhere, buddy, because the circle just shifted away. And how bad could it be? Well, this bad. If you're Leo, it's even worse. One nade here could also be the death of them. It's gonna be close, but not close enough. Second one comes in as well. Now Sophia falls as well as Petrogol gets the off angle long, finds 1, finds 2, and all of a sudden Jerv is all that's left alive, but down to low HP. You can only imagine that he's gonna fall, and indeed he will.
Oh no, yeah, Tiamba just coming up at the perfect time, and SGD, they were trying to play it so quiet, and as soon as that circle popped, Tiamba was ready and waiting. Petrichor Road creeping over here as well with Ming and Ike's left. They might want to take this fight as Theraton 5, they're going to start making their way up Death Road. The Expendables already there and waiting, though.
Everyone's going to be wrapping into this circle, scouting free, completely blind. They're all going up over one hillside, having to full speed send it down another, having done little to no reconnaissance prior. And you can't really fault them for doing so. Ivers finds Nail up, not sure exactly what happened there, but here comes Polish Power, full speed up towards Luminosity. Marcelik, first one to fall.
Penta here in that wall. Kurt going to find the flush, and Nork is going to go down as well as Polish Power. They have 2 alive. They send it to the warehouse. Nork is still in there, so still resable is Purdy Curdy. I think they're reading the situation. They've got everybody up. They're going to try to send it over here and maybe throw the utility inside the window, see what they can find. Krunyo gets knocked to about half HP.
Sorry, keep going.
Oh no, this is...
I'm just seeing Genji commit to a play that makes no sense.
Yeah, well, it's Genji, isn't it? As the res does come through, Penta just holding for the time being now. Polish Power still have the UAZ in there. It looks like Krunyo going to go for the heals while sitting in the front seat.
It's quiet.
LG has to, I mean, they've got to win this fight here.
Yeah. If they don't, I mean, they just saw Genji get eliminated. That is the best they could hope for in a bad situation. We're seeing Long here in the replay. The kills onto Schweiger, do just perfect off angle. Now Luke, ready and waiting for Polish Power to make the play on out from inside the warehouse. They will have to. The circle's going to force them to do so right about now.
Yeah, I wanted to point out that Luminosity did a great job of keeping an eye on this north side of farm. They saw Begopa leave and immediately backfilled, and now, okay, Polish Power going to try to make the run. Where do you go? You can see shots coming from Luke 12. Not going to hit just yet, but they're going to crash right into the middle of Tiamba. And one down already. 77 going to come out of the smoke and instantly dies. Somehow, there it is. 77 and the rest of Tiamba now down. And somehow, Polish Power still alive. And Krunyo will get stolen away by Naylup.
This is the exact same spot. The exact same spot that Genji died in just before. And the reason I shook my head when Genji died is because they tried to play this position while there were still 5 teams around them in the compounds that mean that you cannot play that position. GEX were sat where Shannon is in the compound above, and like by the time they get out of the vehicles, they were instantly lasered. They go down, then Tiamba comes to try and take over the position, saying, great, and at least now we have more vehicles for cover. They now fall as well, and you can only imagine that Polish Power is going to be forced to make a play out of there as well. But going back up to GEX. They fight Buram on the edge and climb their way further up the leaderboard.
G trying to go for a little bit too much too early. And now LG, they're in a somewhat similar situation. Yeah, they got an opening knock on a Bagopah, but weren't really able to capitalize off of it, so the res comes through. Bagopah still 4 strong in that sniper tower, and now they're looking over towards Polish Power as that spot's looking real meaty. They're going to crash right into it. Cappy gets into the vehicle to avoid the onslaught. Luke 12, shots come through. Cappy's still on his feet. Norca's still on his feet. They're just dodging around, hiding in cars. Norca's just sitting in the car while the smokes bloom. Cappy will go down. He will get flushed out as well. And now Norcas, it looks like they spotted him. Yes, they will. And can they get the res on the Purdy Curdy?
Yeah, that should be easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, Bagopah is taking shots over here, but not really looking to push. Although, Songyang hopped in a vehicle there for a brief second. I thought the craziest thing was about to happen.
There are 4 dead teams within the same 10 square meters here. They have got utility for days. Issue is, they've also got a circle that just exactly shifted away from where they are, so they will have to make a play currently. While Luminosity is set in last place, they are just 3 points behind Gen G, who have no way of claiming more points in this match. So we'll see if the boys in blue can get out of this one alive.
Where do they go?
They go up the hillside and hope for the best. There's really nothing else they can do here.
Oh man, Gex tries to make a push onto the Expendables. Meanwhile, LG sent 2 away. They're going to get 1 picked out. Luke 12 going to go down, but Alo still surviving. He's pushing right into Gex. Savior down to 1 HP. Zenon's going to see him pull up. He tries to do the seat swap, but it's not going to work. Zenon will take him out. And now Penta, Purdy, the last 2 up for Luminosity Gaming as all doors are starting to close.
Yeah, the fact that the Wizard Tower is just exactly still in is the Achilles heel to the play from Luminosity. Now the vehicle's going to burn out as well. They're caught behind this one. This ain't going to be the great escape for them as the car comes flying down the hillside. Lookarooks will find Penta. Purdy might just have to forfeit this one. Phase 5 damage coming through. Just 1 more first aid left to work with. Bagopah making an aggressive play towards, and Tropic in the meantime could actually be the counter of it. That is a perfect molly. The nade lobs in as well. Or did it bounce back out again? I'm not sure, but they will all fall to the fire of Pio.
Oh no, and Tropic was so keyed in, trying to finish off LG. And Purdy Curdy's still alive.
He might survive because of this. He's going to keep running, though. He has got to keep running. Last first aid gonna be used. Does he get it off in time? No, he will not. So 7th place for Luminosity, but now just 2 points behind Gen G with 1 game left to play. Haven first nades himself, then he flashes himself, trying to make a play here, but it's not exactly going the way that he would have wanted it to, and that nade should be the death of him. Indeed it is. He got a flash inside, though, but a little too late.
Oh boy, 22 trying to go for them. I mean, Haven all by himself, man. That was a solo play. The rest of his team nowhere near.
I mean, it would have been a great solo play had he not whiffed 3 nades.
Yeah, that'll do it. 9 kills for Bagopah as PO owners rejoice. It has finally paid off. Tickleton has been taken down, and that's going to be Exquisite is down as well. So it's down to our top 3. FaZe with the high ground. It's high ground all over again, Toby.
A head-scratcher game for everyone, and right now, well, the only one really reaping the rewards of it is Bagopah. As they're pushing up on the southern side. FaZe, I mean, while all the action kind of commenced on the southern side, at least from our perspective, FaZe Clan has swept the entire north, and as you can see on the feed here as well, they have all the room in the world to maneuver. We're in phase 6. And there's just 10 players left alive. That is completely unheard of.
Absolutely nutty. You got it. I mean, shout out to FaZe and Bagopah 22 as well. I mean, these are all teams that were fighting for their top 8 spot. And now 22 holding on by 3 points right now. 3 kills that they've already picked up. And if they can get a win here, they could feel a lot more confident going in to this next final game.
I mean, while we didn't see a lot of the POV of what FaZe were doing, I like what their initial plan was when the circles shifted south. They had that compound just before the hill starts climbing up, and while usually we would see that team just send it along with everyone else, with your Chiamba, with Gen G, down towards the south, because technically you're closer to the southern side than the teams coming in from the north, they opted to stay in the compound. They allow for multiple teams to rotate past them, saying we don't mind being the last ones to push out here. We'll have the hard cover because we know everyone's going to be fighting on that hillside while we still have the hard cover to work with. So stay there, enjoy some third-party opportunities, wound the teams as much as you can, and then by the time the blue is on you, you pick your poison. Where do we take the up-close fights? Depending on where we did the most damage. That's why FaZe were able to rack up as many points as they were in the northern side, and now, well, they have the high ground, they have the vision, but now they have Taemin to deal with.
Taemin making the run. 8C already leaving the rock after he hears the vehicle pull up just underneath him. Fex and Diggory still have that high ground. Looks like Diggory will find a little bit of an angle there onto Taemin. Again,
important that they force him back down.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, we're still. What is this, Circle 7 now? We still got so much time left.
The thing is, the terrain ain't exactly forgiving.
Yeah.
So even though there's still plenty of space, and had this been anything close to a city ending, we'd be, you know, podcasting for the next minute and a half.
Sure.
This game could actually come to an end pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, FaZe now will have to make a play down the hillside, and 22 will have to leave the comfort of the compound. But Grisera already posted up in a pretty decent position. He has 4 nades. I was just going to say there might be a play for him to try and see if he can take down some Bagopa players before they look towards him.
Yeah, 8C, in fact, starting to get a little bit. Oh, 8C gets spotted out by DG98. That's a lot of damage onto him. But look at the utility he's got to work with. FaZe.
I mean, they wiped so many teams on the hillside.
Cleaned up on that road, yeah.
Oh, the headshot on the jump again. 8C. Well, first there was a hole in his helmet. Now there's a hole in his face.
Yeah, he hits those. And look at Taemin and Songyang immediately just
like
rushing it uphill.
I like this play.
PO and DG98 just kind of keep an eye on 22 while this goes on. Taemin, Songyang, they get right up on top of him. Smoke's coming through, but Fex, good shots will protect the res, and they are back to 3 strong.
Overhead protection absolutely crucial in allowing for that res to come through. And as you said, 8C back on his feet by the help of Diggory. Great play by FaZe then, but now within nade distance for Songyang. More nades being thrown. Return on no, actually. That's a flashbang thrown down the hill. There you have the nades to follow. FaZe again forced to try and make a play, and Bagopa sitting in a wide 2-1-1 split with Pio being the solo player trying to prevent 22 esports from wrapping underneath.
See the red lines of those grenades coming in. Followed by the, it seems like most of the time these teams are now leading with the flashbangs and immediately following it with the grenades. But 22 has managed to leave their compound and taken over a little bit more room on the side here. And they're going to find Diggory. Vinny, immediate spray, gets the instant knock. He knows exactly where 8C is as well. We'll send the Molotov over in that direction. But look at the DG98 using this as an opportunity to wrap around on the low side. But Gizera has some spotted out.
He's got Pio there to help him underneath as well, but nice work around the rock right now. A lot of damage coming through. That nade should do it. If not Songyang, he's going to find him. Solid sweep from Bagopa. Finds the first 2, but still more damage to be done. You could only imagine from 8C. Has a good angle, but it's the solos fighting one another. This is playing perfectly into the favor of Bagopa.
Oh, he hears him on the high side, and Vinny actually going to go down as DG98 will protect him, but 8C will get credit for the kill. Another point in his bag as now BGP moving in. They're going to spot Hayes 10, and that's the win as they go one step further to securing their top spot.
About time we see the Bagopa splits pay off. We've been waiting for it pretty much all tournament long. And here finally, with a little bit of a blessing in disguise, with the Wizard Tower being in for that 1 circle extra on the southern side.
That was huge.
They get to clear out the farm split, they get to clear out the teams and the rich up above, and in the end, it's a solid sweep down on the southern side to take out both FaZe and 22 esports.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit once again to FaZe. They fought their way for that death road, picked up a nice little stack of kills for themselves, 22.